Test one, 1, 2, 3, test. Testing 1, 1, 2, 3, test. Hello, haunters, and welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at a haunt that I've been keeping my eye on for a couple of years just because I saw this guy as a kid, and he had some really good ideas. I wanted to do a video on his haunt a couple years ago, but there wasn't enough video footage for me to do that because basically, if I'm to do any footage, I need to have a nighttime, lights on walkthrough, and this guy has some really good ideas and some really great things that he's working with, but the last couple of years, I haven't really been able to get. He's been doing a lot of walkthroughs to kind of show his ideas, like, hey, this is this, this is this, this is this. This is what we're going to do here, but not very many uh, actual like Showtime walkthroughs. Which I'm super glad that this year they finally did it, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with what I'm seeing now. But anyway, so today we're going to Clayton Manor. I wish I could tell you where this place is. Once again, I kind of wish that the people that post the videos would mark where they are so that I can tell people where they are. Sorry, I'm touching the microphone. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started and let's check out Clayton Manor Haunted Trail. Transition here and let's press play. Just so we know, there's probably going to be some points that I'm going to have to cut the audio just because, there is a certain song that they use that I can't have on. Anyway, okay. Your entrance looks absolutely amazing. I love the lighting on this. It's themed very well. Very happy with it, and it's beautiful. Beautiful, very well done. Pretty much sets the mood almost immediately. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. All right, here we go into the meat of the program. Okay. Okay, so you did set out the tiki torches. Good. Good stuff. Am I hearing? I'm gonna have to figure that out. Anyway. Okay. First things first. The entrance to your haunt. Probably not a good idea to have your guest have to stop at any point at all. Um, it's best not to allow your guest to have to touch anything or feel anything. Well, I take that back. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that right. Um, it's best that your guest does not have to handle anything. Opening doors, grabbing things, things of that nature, because those are going to be the first things to go. Um, Plus, it kind of backs up flow. Now, when you're in a home haunt, this is fine. You could do this and be just fine with it because you're demographic is going to be people who are there because they want to see your show. People that are halfway intelligent and they can figure it out. Unless you explain it to them in the beginning. Hey, when you get down this path, knock on the door, open the door, and go on in. That's fine when you're a home haunt. If you want to move up to the next level, though, you cannot impede their progress at all. Don't do it. Trust me. It's a completely different demographic here. Oh, one more thing. I'm sorry. I noticed that with the door, you kind of had your path leads up to the door. Okay, but I also noticed that you kind of have this break in your caution tape that could be mistaken for the rest of the path. And because you have your door there, people could automatically assume that they're supposed to go around to that through that break in the caution tape. Once again, pretty sure that you guys are okay as long as it's a home haunt and you know the people that are coming through, mostly kind of sort of know the people that are coming through, and you can expect them to be intelligent enough to know not to do that. But when you're going pro, that's you're going to get a whole lot of people who are drunk, stupid, high, who don't know and assume that they're supposed to go through that break, and they're coming right back out to you. And then you get a lot of people that complain, oh, why didn't I know this, all this, and the other, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So just something else to keep in mind. I'm sorry. Let's get back to it. I like this room. Wow. Cool. Okay, let me say this. The effect that you were going for, that room is awesome. I love I knew what you were trying to do. Unfortunately, the lamp from the camera totally killed the effect that you were trying to go for. Um, as a rule of thumb, it's typically a good idea to light your rooms how you want them. Now, I'm not saying that this room is bad. It's that I'm not saying that it's lit bad or anything because it's not. It looks really great. But a rule of thumb is you want someone with a camera, someone with a fairly good camera, to be able to walk in with their camera and get the effect that you're going for in the room without a light. Now, you're going to get a lot of dumb people that come in, don't know any better, so they're going to have their floodlight and they're going to be aiming it at everything, just so that they can get good lighting for the shots. Well, those are people who are cameramen, and they understand that their camera needs as much light as possible to get a good shot. What they don't realize is that they are ruining the visual of the room. Um, Once again, I'm not saying anything against the room. The room looks great. It's just that that's something that you want to take into account. If someone comes in with a camera, typically it's a good idea to have them not have the light on so that it doesn't ruin the scare and it doesn't ruin the ambiance of the room. Um, as such, you want to make sure that your lighting is good enough that the camera could still see and make out the room for what it's supposed to be, as well as see the room how you want the guest to see it. That turned out great. That is an awesome effect. I love. Yeah, block that. Block that light. Come on, block that light. Don't do that. There you go. God, that is a great effect. That is. Yeah, yeah. I know that song. I know that song. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. I wish I could tell you what the song is, but like since they haven't gotten flagged for it, and I really don't want to get flagged for it, let's just say go back and watch Tim Burton's old movies. Military test sites. So block 4. Oh, that was. But you see now, you see what I'm talking about when I say that a camera's floodlight is going to ruin the room. Your first actor, meh, okay. I accept the fact that that's probably somebody, a friend of yours who doesn't know what they're doing. Okay, fine. This guy who's kind of sort of on camera, um, he's good. He's good so far. The camera having that floodlight. This is the last time I'm gonna mention it because I promise you, after this, you're not gonna have to. I'm not gonna have to. You're gonna be able to see what I'm talking about. The floodlight is just killing the entire mood. Um, but yeah, this room looks great. I love. I'm not too sure about the walls in this room, considering that you're working with what you've got. I get that. That's fine. And you've got some good stuff going on. You've got great props, and you've got. I see that you're working on the technical side of it. Hang on, let me see something. Yeah, yeah. You've got great technical scares. Um, Probably be careful with that air. Uh, Getting too close to someone with the air could probably cause some damage. Um, Probably it'd be a good idea to either make sure that it's throttled or keep it a good distance away from your guest. You still get the same effect because you're still blowing air like crazy, but it's a safe enough distance. Yeah, I'd say about that far that it's not going to cause any real medical problems for them. Okay. Ah, see, I like the white walls. The wood, I'm not too sure about. Okay, okay. I know what you're trying to do here. Unfortunately, once again, the floodlight killing it. But you're trying to go for a blackout. That's awesome. I wish haunts did more blackouts. That's cool. I really like that. Let's see what else we got going on here. Okay, once again, don't block the flow of traffic when it comes to your guests. Don't make them open doors. Don't make them have to push things like doorways and things like that out of the way. Um, when you get to the pro level, you'll learn these things because that is it could be a fire hazard. Because if you're actually doing this pro, it could cause problems for you in the long term because the fire department is going to be like, no, you can't have this here. Unless it, aside from that, unless it is the kind of door that you can see through to the next area, such as a door with a window or something like that, so that the guest knows this is the way you go, your guest is going to get confused, not sure where to go. Do I go here? Do I do this? You could, if you want to have the doors, have an actor or somebody there to make sure that the guest knows which way to go. Otherwise, you're just going to have to do without the doors, just because you get a lot of confusion. Once again, home haunt demographic versus pro haunt demographic are two totally different things. Home haunts, once again, you could probably get through it and it'd be fine. Pro haunt demographic, uh, I hate to say this because I don't want to sound insulting, but you pretty much have to assume that they're dumber than a rock. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is good. This is really good. Okay. A thought that just occurred. You've got something really great going on here. Your doll room looks amazing. It looks really good. I want to switch out the walls of this room with the walls from your military testing room. If you just switch those two out, it would make a world of difference. And all you have to do is just change the walls. I understand that you're, once again, you're working with what you've got, and that's great. Either way, it still works, but I think that it's that extra that's going to make it even better if you just switch the walls between your doll room and your testing room. I would love to see this. Hey, got a boo hole. God, this would be so much better if it wasn't floodlight. Okay, okay, you got a follower. Awesome. Yeah, man. Now, my question is, do you have a path for your. Oh, that actually got me. Good job. You can tell that the owner is totally and completely into this, and that's great. I love it. I love when an owner is just. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to have to cut the audio right now. So, yeah. Yeah, we're getting into Hank Williams territory now. Um, God, the set dressing looks so good. It really does. Yeah, man. Just to let you guys know, the audio in here works. It works really well with what this room is. Um, I wish you could hear it, but it's music that you would expect to see in a home like this. Yeah. Okay, now I remember seeing. Like I said, I've been watching this guy for some time, and I know that he said that he really wanted an actor to be in this room with him right now, and that would be great. That would be amazing. That would be wonderful. If only you could do it, right? That's the problem with home haunts. That's the problem with owning a haunt. Period. Is finding reliable people that you can place where they need to be. I wish that there was a trick to that. I wish that there was a tip that I could give you, but honestly, there's not. It's real simple. Find reliable people. That's the only thing you could do. Yeah. God, I love the sound effects, man. Is he chasing me with a bush trimmer? Wow. Okay. Um, Not sure what your budget is, but I really wish you had a chainsaw. I understand you're working with what you've got, and that's great. Really wish you had a chainsaw. Okay. You need to have a light shining at this duck sign. Okay. If you're going to have a room like this where they have to duck under and kind of, crouch down to be able to get through, which is an awesome effect. It really takes people out of their comfort zone. You need to have a light on that duck sign. Otherwise, you're going to have people just bashing their head right into the into your wall. Basically, that's just for safety. Now, I've seen plenty of haunts who do the same thing as what you're trying to do here. Don't make any mention of what they're doing, or they ramp into it. Okay, they will start out, which I think is another good idea. If you want to do this instead, start out where the ceiling is at normal height, and then it eases into being that lower height. All right. So either do that or get a light on this sign right here. All right. Sheet maze. Oh, hello. Hi. How are you? Yeah, you're just along for the ride, aren't you? God, the fog is effective in here. All right. Strobe light. I can see this room being in strobe light. Oh, God. I wish he worked. I so wish he worked. For those of you who don't know, the guy said that he wanted this to be a zip line. That was supposed to be on a zip line that flies towards you. He just couldn't find people to do it. Um, God, I wish that worked. That'd have been so cool right there. Okay, for those of you who tuned into last week's episode, we talked about the 7 things not to say. Um, Now I'm going to help you. God, I'm going to confuse you, okay? Because here's the other thing that I'm going to say. You can say anything you want It's not what you say, it's how you say it. The other video was for cynics, for your grumpy people who come in and they complain and cry and moan about, everything being unoriginal, blah, blah, blah. If you're worried about that, follow that one. If you don't care and you just want to have fun, then listen right now, okay? It doesn't matter what you say, it matters how you say it, okay? Whoever this is, perfect example. Came out of nowhere. And what are they saying? Shh. Shh. Why? It doesn't matter. Because the scare was effective. It did its purpose, which is great. And the fact that this person played it through on their way out, that's great. That's perfect. Yeah. God, that floodlight, man. Mm. Okay, okay. I don't want that to seem insulting. I'm not laughing at you negatively. I'm laughing because that was just like the smallest detail on that was just hilarious to me. You do the scare, you do the jump in, ding. Oh, that's great. Oh, okay. You can tell who the owner is, right? It's the guy who's actually acting and loving every single second of this. That's the kind of thing that you want to have with all of your actors, guys. You want that energy. You want people who want to be there and people who are willing to take those steps to do those things that they wouldn't normally do because then it's an awesome show. You can tell who the owner is because every time they've gotten a really good actor in there, guess what? It's the owner. And he's good. He's real good. I like this. That's, once again, follow through. Follow through with the scare. This guy's doing really good. The entire time that you're in, he's playing. He's doing the part, which is great. I love it. And lead you out to the front. All right, guys, there we go. That was Clayton Manor. I am I am impressed, really impressed. I'd seen some of your earlier work, and yeah, it was good, but this is good. I wish that your actors had the enthusiasm that you do. I wish that your theming flowed a little better as far as from room to room to room. I wish that your theming kind of worked a little better and flowed into each other as opposed to just first room, second room, third room, stuff like that. Um, Maybe start looking at the small things, the small details. That's going to be, like I've said before, the devil's in the details. Okay? The small things are really going to set you apart. Now, one thing that I've really liked about this is that you've got some great real estate going on here. Wherever you are, you make full advantage of the fact that you've got this space and it works. It works so well. And you take advantage of it. And your path works. It does really good. You get uh, the most use out of the space that you have, and that's great. That's awesome. Um, yeah, try to work with the actors a little bit. I know I can't expect too much. I mean, it's home haunts. Okay, you're working with what you've got, and I understand that. That's fine. Um, Probably work that this next year. That's probably going to be what you want to work on, is kind of working with your actors a little bit to kind of get that extra step. Also, much like your room between the doll room and your military room, maybe start looking at the small details. Kind of like how I said with the walls in those two rooms. If you'd have switched out the walls, or if you would have switched rooms, like have your military room where the doll room is, and your doll room switched with your military room, that really would have made those two rooms even better, because it would have given your doll room more of a house vibe, like an old decrepit house vibe with those wood panel walls that you have, and it would also give um, your military room more of a sterile, almost like a failed sterility. Is that a word? Sterility? Sterilization? Doesn't matter. It would have given them the idea that it was once a clean room, but as now is not. Once you nail down the small details, that's when people are going to start asking, "What's the story? Why is this haunted house haunted?" And then you're going to want to be able to tell people, okay? And that's something that you're going to have to start thinking about here soon. Probably not immediately, but have something nailed down. Okay, something. I mean, even fairly simple. But yeah, Clayton Manor, guys. Clayton Manor, and I have no idea where they are. I wish I did. I wish I could tell you, but you can find a link to their channel down here in the description. And if you like that, go ahead and toss us a like. Run over to Clayton Manor, check out the rest of their videos, and you can see how their construction is going year to year and see how much they've improved. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Well, there you go, guys. That's our show for this week. If you like what you saw, go ahead and give us a like and a subscription. If you want to take it a step further, go ahead and step down there in the description to. But I can't talk. See, there I go. Yeah, look down there for the Patreon page. All right. Now, if you really want to be a good buddy, go ahead and tell your friends about us. And not only that, but go ahead and run on over to Clayton Manor. Check out their videos and see how their next year is going to be coming up. And while you're there, be sure to let them know where you found them. But yeah, with that, thank you so much, and have fun haunting.